All right, welcome back to day 5. I can't believe that it's already been 5 days. If you are still with me, I thank you so much for trusting me to guide you through some of these challenging things this week. I know when you are dealing with hormonal issues, when you're dealing with metabolic issues, there's so much messaging out there. There's so many strong opinions, if you will, these different camps. It can be hard to know who to listen to and who to trust. And so I don't take your time lightly. I value that you trusted me enough to listen to me up until this point. And so I want to continue our week together, or our 5-day period together, with one more short little lesson. I'll try to keep this one as short and sweet and to the point as possible. But I want to again encourage you and inspire you and motivate you to play the long game here, to work towards your sustainability, to work towards satisfaction. That's a big piece of it too, right? So that you can truly be successful. I've already mentioned it, but if you've lost weight before and you've gained it back, whatever you didn't work because you couldn't sustain it and you gained it back. If you've lost weight and maybe you're currently maintaining it, but you're miserable, it's not working because your life is meant to be enjoyed. If you're currently trying to lose weight and you're fighting it and you don't know if it's going to work, stop. It's not going to work. As I've mentioned, you have to do whatever you're going to do to lose weight for the rest of your life, and then some if you want to maintain it. So just stop. Going back to the fact that your metabolism is a stress barometer. That is maybe the one piece that I want you to take away. Your metabolism is a stress barometer. And so when it comes to your hormonal health, no matter what hormonal phase that you're in, if your metabolism is constantly under a state of stress, it is going to be constantly influencing your hormones accordingly. Your reproductive hormones, your thyroid hormones, your hunger hormones, your satiety hormones, all of these things are working together. And so I've mentioned before that dieting from the perspective of pulling energy away from your body is stressful, but fighting yourself to do things that are miserable is equally as stressful. And so finding a plan that actually truly works for you is a non-negotiable for balanced hormones. Again, the question, I wanted to talk about some frequently asked questions today, but one of the questions that comes up the most is, if I have PCOS, I'm in menopause, what should I eat? And the answer is always going to be, it depends. The second major thing that I want you to take away from this week is to aim, to assess, to investigate, and to modify. But don't modify too quickly. Remember that this takes time. Consistency and playing the long game is huge for your long-term success. Remember, your shortcuts are making your journey so much longer than they have to be. Consistency in the long game. When you are assessing, take 10, 14 days worth of data. Investigate, get really clear as to what's going on. If you're trying to lose weight, are you collecting all your data points? I'm going to put the link down here again because I think it's really powerful for you guys that are seeking weight loss, scaling the scale, how to utilize that data. Are you taking those data points? Are you staying consistent? Is your data consistent enough for you actually to investigate? I'm seeking weight loss. These are the things that are going on. This is what I'm actually able to look at. This is where I can actually modify. When you are going to modify, asking yourself, if I modify this, am I modifying it in a way that I can do for forever? That sustainability piece. Is this satisfying to me? That satisfaction piece. Notice I said satisfying, not easy. Satisfaction doesn't always mean easy, but making sure that that's a piece of the puzzle. There is no one superfood that is going to balance your hormones. There is no one specific diet or meal plan that is going to balance your hormones. Nutrition, lifestyle, fitness are your first line of defense, and they are deeply personal and deeply unique to you. So the more you're able to vulnerably look at what's really going on in your life. And again, I told you, knowledge isn't the issue, right? Knowledge isn't the issue. Knowing what to eat isn't the issue. working with your metabolism, learning how it communicates, and actually taking that communication as constructive criticism, as positive feedback, is a non-negotiable. Sleep, hunger, mood, energy, cravings, great place to start. When you're sleeping well, waking up rested, your mood is balanced, your hunger is easily scalable, right? We're not going from stuff to starving. We're not having a million cravings. Our mood is stable, our energy is good. Our stress is managed to the best of our ability. By the way, not being able to actually manage stress is a sign that there's something going on hormonally and metabolically. All of those things are balanced, and that's a good indication that you're in balance. That's a good indication that you have set your body up to be able to achieve any result that you want to. And that's an incredible place to be. That, done in a way that is sustainable, creates a lifestyle that you can live. Part of the reason that so many are dealing with hormonal imbalance and metabolic dysfunction is that we constantly feel like we need to be on some diet without any indication that we can make it a lifestyle. There are so many shakes, pills, patches, even crazy diets where we put our food in these little bitty containers, but none of those are things that we can do long-term. So while you may perceive, going back to those mindset traps, perception's a big one of them, while you may perceive that this is the long way, this is actually the easiest, fastest, and most straightforward way. Because when you're building a lifestyle by design, when you're listening to your metabolism, when you're directing your path based off of the inputs that it is giving you, you can't fail. There is no more start and stop. There is no more wagon to get on and get off. It's not, oh my gosh, I can't wait to go on vacation so I can let all this go. There is no holiday season where we're overindulging constantly and then we feel like we need to restrict and pull everything in on January 1st. None of that exists anymore. And so if you're hearing this and you're resonating with the holiday season and the vacation season and all these things, I want you to pause for a moment. As I've told you, things that are incredibly stressful for your metabolism, which influences your hormonal health, is eating too little and eating too much. And so we do this on a day-to-day basis, right? We do this Monday through Friday, we eat too little, and then we binge on the weekends. And then we do the same thing with vacation. Go all in, and then we need to restrict, or we restrict getting up to vacation so we can look a certain way. Holiday season is a free-for-all, and then January 1st, and we pull it back in. That in itself is keeping your hormones unbalanced. It's stressing your metabolism. If you have PCOS, it's absolutely killing your symptoms. If you have Hashimoto's, your thyroid is already slower than the person without Hashimoto's. Your thyroid is stressed and you're stressing it further. If you have menopause, menopause is stressful on you, and this is making it worse. So I want you to consider, again, going back through all the concepts that we've spoken on this week, using the framework, using some of these action items that I've given you. How can you start to make change right now? Not waiting until January 1st, not waiting until after the next vacation or so-and-so's wedding, whatever it is, birthday dinner's over. What can you start to shift? What can you start to change right now that you're not going to ask yourself a year from now if you can actually maintain that? So I wanted to just answer really quickly a couple of frequently asked questions. I already started with, what do I eat specifically to balance my hormones? There is no one specific thing. Do I have to give up carbs in order to lose weight? The answer is no. Do I have to give up carbs if I'm in menopause? The answer is no. Do I have to give up carbs if I have PCOS? The answer is no. What about gluten? It depends. Depends on how it interacts with you. The one thing that I will give you on gluten is that there is a protein in gluten that there's molecular mimicry with thyroid function. And so it can be an issue, but not always, not always. And it goes back to, it depends. Do I need to be on keto in order to deal with my menopause? The truth is that your fats are what help to circulate your hormones. And so healthy fats are a non-negotiable. But again, we need to go back to balance, remembering that cholesterol is the precursor for all of our steroid hormones, our sex hormones. So overdoing it can cause an issue. Another frequently asked question is, can I get off my thyroid medications? The answer is likely to be no. And that's because your thyroid medications are helping you to replace thyroid hormones that your body is not adequately producing. And so that is always a question that I will refer you to your physician. But again, nutrition, lifestyle, first line of defense. Any type of medication, any type of hormone replacement therapy that you are on, your nutrition and lifestyle will do nothing but help it work more effectively and more efficiently. The last question is there any condition where you just can't lose weight? And I have to be honest with you, there's always going to be exceptions. But as I've already mentioned, when you show up consistently and your energy and your effort are aligned with the desired result, and you're doing it in a way that supports your metabolism, your body, your lifestyle, your personal preferences, there is no failure. This is not something you can do wrong. This is not something you can mess up. The place where people get stuck is in their head. They get stuck without support. They get stuck without mentorship. Again, I went over the Instagram filters. They get stuck without people being able to show things clearly for them. That is where people fail. That is where people get stuck. But again, failure is a destination, failure is a choice. And so if you choose the result that you desire, then you choose to continue to aim. And for some of you, the modification may be that you need mentorship and support. That is exactly what my one-to-one nutrition and lifestyle coaching program is for. It's to help people that are tired of fighting. They're tired of doing it alone. They want to be seen. They want to be held. They want to be supported. They want to be guided. They want someone to see what they're missing. And so while I wish I could give you everything in this 5-day mini series, I wish I could go through every metabolic condition. I wish I could go through every hormonal issue and say, let's try this for this. The best piece of advice that I can give you is to keep your eyes on your own paper and to focus on you and your needs, your individuality, your uniqueness, and move from there. If support is the missing link in your journey, then I encourage you to reach out. I'll drop a link below this video to my one-to-one coaching application. I would love to schedule a time for us to have a chat. We can talk about where you are, what you've tried, where you're hung up on. There's no obligation. And we can go from there. And if it's a good fit, I'll invite you to work with me one-on-one, and we'll get you that result that you desire and you deserve. As always, I hope this was so helpful for you all. Reach out with any feedback, any questions. I'm always here to support. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day.